Today by a special friend of ours. We got a buddy here, Will.
Hey, how's it going?
We're just going to get right into it again today. Start off with JJK. Continuation of Maki versus the whole fucking Zenin clan. Previously, she had pretty much taken out the two whole squads, the top dogs, essentially, of the Zenin clan, and all she's really got left is Naoya. And we get a little bit of a glimpse of Naoya's, like...
Hell yeah.
His technique a little bit more.
It's so
honestly,
creative.
it's pretty cool. I fuck with it. It's kind of complicated. I didn't really understand it.
I mean, the way how someone explained it to me, it seemed like pretty simple. Not simple, but as simple as it is, because it is complicated. But, like, that's just such a sweet power. Do you want to hear what his power is? Look, so he takes, in 1 second, he makes 24 frames of animation, and each frame he has to do a movement. It's like a rule. He has to do a movement in each frame, and it makes like a little animation. So if he touches you in 1 second, you have to do all of the animations, whatever he picked. He doesn't have to tell you or anything. You just have to do it. You have to know what it is. If you don't, then you get trapped in like an animation, and then he can fuck you up.
Oh shit.
Yeah, you know, he's
okay.
The sad thing is he's not really tarnishing people. He's
No.
every fight he's had in the beginning. Yeah, you see him. He's
And they show him off really
everyone.
well. And then
if
he
you
just
have
gets
something
sauced.
that's
Oh damn.
like Choso,
it's
Choso
like
got
it
his
seems like
ass,
there's two
and
ways
now
to beat him.
Maki's
If you
got
have
his
like a
ass.
really special curse technique, or if you're just his strong motherfucker. If you're just
Koji
strong.
level of
But she's smart as hell too.
So I got how she got so much stronger. Like I understand now how she's so much stronger because when Mai left, she had said, "I'm gonna take all the rest of the cursed energy with me," meaning all the cursed energy that Maki had left as well, which enhanced her
Heavenly restriction.
Heavenly, what's it called? Heavenly restriction even higher. That's what makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense. It made make more sense to me at least. Because I was just confused on how she got such a huge buff.
Yeah,
how she became Toji. Like
it made sense to me just off of like sacrifice. This is why it reminds me of Hunter x Hunter because like in Hunter x Hunter, when you sacrifice something, you gain power. If you make like consequences to your shit, you gain power, and it seems like that's the case in JJK too. That's what, but. For the third week in a row, my predictions were wrong. I thought Naoya had someone with him. I thought he was going to have bees. Fuck no. He just really thought that she was tired and she just got beat up, and he really thought he was about to just fuck her up.
You know what's crazy is like how much.
That's so awesome. Like those panels of Toji.
It's crazy how much. But like. It's crazy how
his
much
effect
Toji
on the world,
like, even with him not being around in this, like his influence is like influence. So he's the reason why Gojo is the way he is. He influenced pretty much everything that's going on in this arc right now. I mean, it's his fault essentially for what he did during the Star Plasma vessel.
It's all his fault.
Like it's
like
all his,
really like it all connects.
All his fault. He killed Homegirl, and that's what set Kenjaku's plan in motion.
Well, shit.
I mean, and Kenjaku had no hand in that. Maybe he was the one that hired him. Who knows? Maybe that'll have to go into play. Because did it ever say who hired him, or was it the Zenin clan that hired Toji?
I don't remember.
I couldn't remember.
I think if it hasn't been confirmed Kenjaku did it, then it would seem like would be. Because, like, that's, directly what he wanted, But this fight, like, this is literally Gegi telling the animators, like, yeah, tap in. Like, this shit, I need y'all to sauce this up.
Studio Mappa is gonna...
when Gegi is... Like, how many times do we get fights like this? Like, how many times do we get fights like this in JJK, bro?
Question for you: do you guys think Shibuya is gonna be an entire season?
Yeah. What am I talking about? Yeah, but I'm only saying because you know Star Plasma Vessel is before that, but that's only 6 parts.
It was like, and Shibuya in itself is like 40 something, like parts.
Yeah.
The Shibuya incident, it's like they parted it out. It's like 40 or something. Like,
Damn.
Yeah.
They went in, huh?
Mm-hmm. That arc is large.
Okay.
Bro, you don't. It's not. God, it's unexplainable.
I always compare it to the Paranormal Liberation War in My Hero, except just ramped up because it's.
JJK is so good, and once it's animated more, oh my god.
Season 2 of JJK is gonna be the single greatest season of any anime ever.
Next
6.
to season 5, right? Yeah, 5, 6. Season 5.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, it's gonna be insane. You said you think that the coin game, bro. You said.
Like, no, I'm just saying, how often do we see these fights that are just like so?
Oh,
like, I don't know, the choreography just like. It's so animated. It's in the manga, but it's so animated. Like just the kicks, the punches, the destruction, and then the whole fight is just Naoya, just like a little bug, just running around until she figures it out. She made it. She was figuring it out as soon as he was throwing punches. She was counting. As soon as he started throwing punches, she was just 1, 2, 11.
Yep. I figure she may have known because
and they're in the same clan, so I'm sure she knew. I'm sure she maybe she didn't. Either way, she just figured it out on the fly. Either way, she figured it out, and in one punch, didn't even let him.
Yeah, like
that wasn't even a punch, dude. She just caught his face and dropped.
Like her fist is imprinted in his face.
Like her fist. Literally, it's still in his face.
But it's just like he's such a Toji fan that his last. I mean, I don't think he's dead, and I don't think he's gonna die. We can talk about that next. But his last words that he said before kicking out of consciousness, she's an imposter.
I can honestly he's not dead. Yeah, I can honestly I can see he's not dead because
besides Mega Man,
the only other Zenin left at this point. They all dead. She killed them all. So they gotta leave at least another one around, and he'll be there for the asshole purpose of just.
So like, do you think he'll just be a chaotic neutral?
That and he'll probably show up for support in the coin game when shit's real bad. You know?
I don't know. I could see him teaming up with Kenjaku, just being angry and wanting power.
Well, he'll probably then he'll probably die because
he kills the henchman.
Kenjaku.
But I think it's not that I think he's gonna live till the end of the series, but I just don't think he's gonna die right here. You know, but
yeah, I'm just excited to get into something else though. I mean, like,
this is definitely
over.
This is definitely over.
Like, what's going on with Yuji?
I want to go back to Yuji, but honestly, knowing Gegi, we're probably not. We're probably gonna go to someone else, and I don't know who.
Yeah, maybe it'll show us the introduction to the third year.
I think it's just gonna have to go to Yuji,
or it'll maybe give us. I want him to give us more.
Bro,
of the guy
completely forgot. He literally just threw that shit in there
because he just threw that in there. He just threw that in there.
Well, clearly not for no reason, but just like for real.
It just said it just gave us another character.
No, that wasn't
to
do with. I'm trying to anonymous Chris.
I just want to see how he'll use it because Nanami had the curse.
Isn't he a musician?
So how's this guy going to use it? He's a jokester.
Yeah, I don't know.
Comedian.
What if he has the speech curse technique with Nanami's? No, that's impossible. I'm tripping.
That's crazy. So essentially, the coin game, people are going to start developing curse techniques, just like random.
That's his goal. His goal is to turn everybody like regular people because he hates regular people. He hates just regular humans. So he wants to turn everybody into, I guess, essentially Jujutsu sorcerers.
This is an interesting. Like when they had to list all the rules
for real, and this is why I'm saying
it was going to be on some crazy complicated shit. Because we haven't even got into the real start of the game.
For real.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's just like
Are you talking about when they went
Island?
to?
It's just so many things. It's so many things.
Great Island, yeah.
So many things.
Yeah, I was actually watching that yesterday.
Hell yeah.
Trying to get caught up in Hunter x Hunter and
For real.
Yeah, I definitely
just the
see
complexity of everything, the story, the power system, the characters.
And just the complexity and just the overall range of a superpower. There's literally one dude that's whole power in Hunter x Hunter is how hard he motherfucking slaps a volleyball. That's his thing, volleyball. And he hits you with a volleyball hard and shit. Yeah. But I do. When I got more into JJK, I definitely saw that what you were saying in that. Yeah, I definitely would like to see. I don't know.
You still think that they're gonna fight Hikari? I think it's a he, but
is she a bad guy?
I mean, he got expelled, but I don't see why he would. Yeah. Why?
Oh, you're talking about the third year?
Just on some.
I think so. I don't know, because they said that because Yuta brought up for a reason.
But I feel like that's more towards
I feel like he might be one of those irritable. Who knows? I feel like he's an irritable character, because I don't think we've really gotten one of those yet, except for kind of Todo. But the dude who's just an ass to be an asshole.
It could
character.
be, but
I don't know. I feel like that could be that character. What you looking at me for like that, Aaron?
It's one of my favorite
Todo?
characters. Yeah.
No, I'm not.
Hikari could be that, but I feel like it's more of just maybe because he got expelled, he's just unmotivated, and it's just them trying to motivate him, and then someone else pulls up on them, and then Yuji and Megami are almost about to get tarnished, and then Hikari is just pulls up and we see his shit.
Do you think that he is going to be this badass character, or do you think it's going to be one of those curveballs?
Bruh, he just said he's almost as strong as me when he gets mad, so he's probably going to be a little shy, he's just doesn't even want to, why are you guys talking to me?
Yeah. Sort of what's his name from Seven Deadly Sins? Escanor, yes. Sort of like Escanor in a sense, when he starts off as this little tiny man and then has his pride.
That would be hard.
With his pride, he gets bigger. That'd be interesting. Yeah. We're going to see Yuta. I wonder
where did Yuta say he was going? Aren't they trying to figure out? They're trying to figure out how to get
He's alone.
Yeah,
Yeah. So he might run into.
I think that's probably because that seems like their only option besides. No, I think that's their only option, right? Because both the weapon and the. Shit, I forgot whatever the other option was. Both of those, the shit that they went to Africa for. America? Sure? No, but I thought it was. No, it looked like there was huts and stuff. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Africa. And that's why I remember it, because I was like, Africa?
Okay.
Manga? Okay, good, that's fine. But whatever, it wasn't like a cloth or something. What was it? It was something Toji had. Both of them were things Toji had. But both of those options are off the table, so the Angel Girl is the only option, and Yuta is the only guy going to try and, do that. They're trying to go get Hikari, so, yeah. We could really fuck around and see Yuta next. He could save Yuji and Megami's story for last to touch back on.
Yeah. And then...
Yeah, I'm about to say.
Geto pulling up
Choso and Girly.
I
forget her name. Always forget her name.
Choso and... God, I just watched video. God, I just heard her name today. Too.
Look, but after they touch back with everybody,
she's not in it enough.
And they touch back with Yuta, and they touch back with Yuji, and then if we touch back with Choso, do you think everybody's gonna link up when going into the final act? Yeah,
I think so. I think so. Who's remaining? I feel like
Maki is, she is here to stay. She is
here to stay.
Probably gonna fuck around and end up being one of the MVPs of this arc. For real.
For real.
They're gonna be like, what?
I feel like when she pulls up, it's gonna like. I feel
like,
it's,
what the fuck happened?
Like,
what happened to you?
They're gonna see her. Like that presence alone, and maybe whoever else knew of Toji. Like, what the fuck? Like that's some scary shit, you know? Because I love how they show her as being the next Toji.
For real. And now having Maki really does fill that void, like on some real shit. Maki really does fill that Toji void.
Oh yeah.
For real.
Yep.
But shit, is that it on JJK?
Yeah.
Get
back going to my
Aaron, start us off.
Hell yeah. Okay. This week's chapter was insane. Alright, so first of all, the Nagant-Deku fight came to a conclusion. Deku was able to outspeed Nagant's bullet and save Chisaki. And before she could even reload another bullet, he was able to bounce right back and destroy her gun arm.
With fucking...
No, false.
100%. Like, essentially it's
he was going between 45%.
It's a false 100%.
Yeah, he was going between 45% and 100%. But it was just a false 100%.
Because it's three things. It was three things.
Because of Fajin.
Well, actually,
Black Whip,
four.
Fajin,
Actually, yeah. Well, no, 3 because the centripetal force, like just him swinging himself plus 45% plus Fajin, all just made that, and then him holding himself up, just keeping that, and then shooting himself off.
Yep.
And he stored the
He was storing
Fajin, and it's like it's just like
Manchester smash,
this
dude.
chapter. Like, these past few chapters have been series shifting. Like, I don't think we realize how important these chapters are. Like, whether Nagant lives or dies doesn't matter, because it's just like this is showing the tone of My Hero, like where it's at now. Like, all the tactical little nerdy kid, it works in battle, in the fight. He's using all of it, all that knowledge, all of it.
Yep.
The writing is beautiful. And
Anything
the fact that
that
Hawks was the person to catch her at the end, that was like, that's because like at the end, I wanted Hawks to show up at some point. I just didn't know how it would be when he did.
Same. So that means Endeavor's like probably there, and they probably got All Might, more than likely got All Might too with them.
Yeah,
at
probably.
This point, I feel like.
But this leaves the question: what's going to happen with Chisaki? Is Deku going to take him to see his boss?
No, I think so.
I think he might.
Look,
I think so.
The real question. I'm sure he'll do that. The real question is, instead of, I know last week we said Chisaki could fix Deku. Fuck that. Deku wouldn't accept that. Chisaki could fix Nagant though.
That's not even happening at this point.
He could fix Nagant though.
He could.
He could fix Nagant though.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
He's gonna pull. He's gonna be like, yeah, bitch, no, you're gonna keep your end of this deal still, and he's gonna fix her. Use the parts of her to fix his arms, and then repair her.
Oh,
Can he?
What if he did that?
Yeah, I mean.
What do you mean you're stuck?
Yeah, he should be able to.
And we were talking about this. Makes sense. And we were talking about this and how, because he'd have to get his arms back. So I guess
Nagant being exploded.
I mean, gives him a reason to use it in a good way, and maybe maybe this is going to be the whole deck.
Because I mean, like, and right at the beginning of the chapter, he said one condition. She said, "Nah, I ain't gonna take revenge for you." He said, "Shut up!" Like, no, I don't care about any of that. I don't care about no revenge. I just want to help my boss. So, like, Chisaki is not gonna be angry at Deku at all. He's not angry at Deku.
A villain.
I don't know if he's repenting on what he did, but I know he's sick as fuck that he can't help his boss. I know that for sure. But this scene right here, I cannot wait till this gets animated. You guys can't see it, but
Let me see.
it's when the bullet is coming at Chisaki, He said the side of All Might. When Deku's swinging and they're explaining like how he's about to use the false 100%, and they're explaining like everything that's moving into it. He was like, everyone in my generation can picture it. The side of All Might moving faster than a speeding bullet, and then he just comes up in the T pose and knocks him down. Like, it's just and then Deku explaining to her how she's not evil. It's not even no talk, no jutsu. He's just spitting facts. Like, if she really wanted to kill his ass, she could have killed him. She could have just aimed a little lower, and he would have been dead. I mean, not dead. If not dead, he would have been dropped.
Yeah. Yeah, he definitely would have been dropped. But, see, I predicted a couple podcasts ago.
Of course, he's going to do that with everyone, though. We know that.
Try to turn Lady Nagant.
Do that with every single villain he comes across.
Oh, of course.
I just, damn, I didn't.
But remember what we said. We said, how does she have multiple quirks? And everybody was like, how does she have multiple quirks? Boom.
Yeah.
I know, but like, look at what he said. The soul is far too fickle, which is why I added a failure clause to your contract. So I'm assuming it was like, maybe it was literally like, if she ever touched Deku's hand, like gripped his hand, she fucking exploded. Or maybe it was like, maybe it's something like really with her heart. Like, if she really just turned coat, then she was gonna fucking explode. I don't think it was like remote. I think he has so many quirks. He probably has a sensory quirk to just know what's happening. But I think it was just something, there were conditions that were like, if you start fucking with Deku, explode. And I think either way she was gonna explode.
I could see that. Honestly, I could see that.
He can give them.
Well, he can ideally create quirks, can't he?
I mean, like, he could just throw a bunch in
in
someone's body, but I don't think he can like create a quirk for real.
Yeah. That's interesting. But yeah, that shit's crazy.
Look,
what do you think we're happening to next?
You were
though?
right.
mean,
I think Shisaki's gonna run down here and be like, "No, you're holding up the end of the deal," and with no like questions or nothing, just like boom, fix her. I think we might be sitting down there getting the goodbyes. Hawks is crying her. Shisaki just runs over, boom, boom, fixes her. Can he make new arms even though he doesn't have any, and he needs to fix Nagant too? Like, is there enough there to fix everything?
I mean,
but he killed
did he
people
not
in
give
order to do
himself
that.
like 4 arms?
Like, he literally like destroyed their entire
he
bodies.
used his lackey's
they
bodies to do that.
So like, if he's rebuilding them,
That's true. I don't know if he can.
will she be straight, or like, I'm thinking, I just don't know. I don't remember exactly how her
thinking
quirks
he
work.
might tarnish her arms.
I don't think he would do that. I don't think
Maybe
he's
he
gonna
might
harm her.
No,
Maybe he's
no
just still not gonna have arms. He's just gonna fix her up, but maybe she won't be able to use her gun anymore. Something like that. Because Deku did fuck that shit up.
Because Deku broke
That shit got fucked.
And either that or maybe it's like one of those regrowth.
Yeah, 'cause, you
quirks
know,
that
look
needs
at
to,
Hawks,
like,
he got
go
his little
back in
feathers.
time or some shit. Who knows?
Yeah,
Or
he's got his little
regenerate.
feathers.
Yeah, he's got his shit back.
Oh
shit. I forgot what I was about.
But like after this whole little, Nagant and overhaul spiel is over with, who are we getting into next? If
Stain.
Deku's having encounters with all of his previous Stain.
Labrava and Gentle are definitely last. I think Labrava and Gentle are gonna come when Mirio and whoever else come, because there's gonna be more reinforcements. There's still people. Kamui Woods.
definitely.
What the fuck? What's the giant lady's name? Mount Lady. Fucking
Yeah, Mountain.
Aizawa.
I forgot about her. Damn.
Doesn't he have a robot leg or something? Whatever. Edge shot.
He does.
Like, there's still a lot of people who are definitely out there and fucking shit up, and shit's about to get hot. Like, I don't know.
Big 3.
All for One's probably about to pull up, because just him knowing that she just turned coat, he might move. I mean,
yeah, that
'cause
might
it's
make
been a
him
month.
move in some way, or send people after Deku. Well, he put her after Deku, and now that she's not, he has to do
before the
something
war,
now. So
they
he's gonna
said
send something.
there was going to be 4 months till Shigaraki was ready. The war started 3 months after that, because they caught them a month in advance. So it's been it's already been a month. Remember the month
shit,
time
so
skip.
he's got one more
So is
month.
Shigaraki's body ready?
Oh fuck.
But they don't have Dr. Garaki, so they didn't have him like in the pod though. So
do you think that's going to be something that he's going to have to try to do in
what you mean?
The Vestige world? Because that seems like the only way.
You talking about All for One and Shigaraki? Yeah, definitely. But I feel like he's been suppressing him this whole time. Probably. I think when Shigaraki is gonna wake up is when they go back into the Vestige world. Maybe when All for One touches Deku.
Because he was controlling Shigaraki's body.
I'm pretty sure he still is.
They got to Tartarus when he was freed, right?
Both at the same time.
Or was he controlling both?
Yeah, both at the same time. He's in his body, and then there's the All for One that's in the quirk, because they explain every quirk takes like a piece of your soul, or it copies your soul. So if someone takes your quirk, then you're gonna be in their head. So you get All for One. Shigaraki got All for One. All for One's in there. So she got Airwalk. So whoever, I mean, we don't really know how that works. Yeah. Like, do the people, when he gives someone a quirk, is he and the original user, are they both in there?
It's interesting. I don't know.
I think Deku at the end of this is gonna save Shigaraki from All for One in the Vestige world, and then end up killing him and fighting him in the real world.
Or it's going to be Shigaraki.
I think All for One's about to die. When Shigaraki comes out, he's killing All for One. I see no reason why he wouldn't. Like, as soon as he wakes up. Yeah. As soon as he regains control, he is... Boom. I think what's going to happen is, in the original Shigaraki body, Shigaraki's going to kill All for One in his head, and then he's going to have to kill All for One in real life. And honestly, I'm tripping. Really. It doesn't have to be when he touches Deku. It could be any random moment. Any random moment in the fight that's about to come up with Deku and All for One, like Shigaraki could just take control.
Yeah, I feel like a weakened All for One would also kind of start to weaken down in the Vestige world as well. Maybe.
I'm ready to see some of the other students though. I'm ready to see.
I don't know when it's coming, bro.
Honestly, I'd like to see. I feel like Bakugo will come when Endeavor gets the rest of his agency to come, because I feel like Bakugo is moving with them, you know.
Why do I have the strangest feeling when Bakugo shows up?
I mean, his quirk evolved.
Character rework, just a little spicy bitch. Yeah, I feel like he's about to have a little spicy rework. Huh?
Because they say that the reason why the way he is because of his quirk. I mean, having nitroglycerin and sweat would amp up.
I've never.
At a fast pace.
No, I've never heard this.
You never thought about that's how. So you know how they've kind of. Yeah, it makes sense, and it makes sense, and that's how they've played into a lot of their quirks. The quirks take up your personality.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, look at a lot of the other characters in their quirks and how they act. It makes sense.
He is an explosive person.
Yeah, I mean, I just think he'll probably be angry. He's definitely going to be angry at Deku, yeah. But I think he's just going to be way faster.
Yeah, definitely.
He's going to be super fast. Now, right? He's going to be faster
Dynamite.
than me. He's definitely faster than me. He already is.
What was
We don't know. Yeah, we don't know yet. We still don't know his hero name. It could
Shoto?
still be Shoto, but he could have changed it. No, it still is Shoto. He hasn't changed it. It's still Shoto. I'm pretty sure.
What?
No, it still is Shoto. He could just take Endeavor. When Endeavor is dead, or whenever Endeavor stops, he could just take the name.
Why do I feel like during whatever fight we're going to get with Dabi and Shoto, Dabi's going to tell Shoto what he wanted his hero name to be, and that's what Shoto's going to call himself.
Dabi's dying.
I don't think Dabi's going to die.
What else would happen? Go to jail? He's not going to be rehabilitated.
Yeah, he's going to get fucked up, but I don't know. I feel like he...
No, he hates heroes.
No.
He's like, no. Well, when is he going to see his mom?
When he sees his mom. I feel like for some reason the whole family...
Are they going to bring their dukes to the fight? If they bring the Mama Dukes to the... I still
watch her
think
have
that
a
wouldn't
badass-
matter.
Hey,
He
watch her
doesn't-
have like a really good
I
ice
still
quirk.
don't think it would. I mean, I feel like maybe he wouldn't kill his mom, but it still wouldn't matter.
She becomes the backup, the ice support that it never always needed. She's got like the dopest ice quirk we've ever seen.
Yeah, famous
I mean, you gotta
family.
think Endeavor picked her for a
Famous family. Yeah.
reason. Hey, he literally he picked her.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, hey, could be possible, really. Maybe she's just putting the ice on his back,
Dukes-
you know, she's
Mama
just keeping
Dukes
ice on him
endeavored.
like as he fights. And then he kills his mom. And then he's truly
You know
irredeemable.
how cool that?
And then like there's no more thoughts like that. Whoa, yo.
And then Shoujo.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. He's gonna
And
die.
then there's no
Like,
more
yo,
thoughts
Did
like
you
that.
see what he was saying? There's no redeeming him. Did you see the faces he was making? He danced. The happiest we've ever seen him is when he ruined that man's whole life and shattered his whole universe. That was the happiest we've ever seen Dobby. He danced.
Yeah, he smiled, danced.
Like, so nah, I don't think he will ever be redeemed. And even if his mom pulled up, he might kill her, actually. I'm chilling. I love Dobby.
He's one of my favorite villains.
But what do y'all think is happening, like, in the very next chapter?
Very next chapter.
We're gonna get the talk between Deku and Overhaul.
Definitely.
Talk.
But do y'all
We're
think
gonna
it's
see
likely that
the
Shisaki
Hawks
would
and-
fix
Yeah,
Nagant?
Hawks
I
is
think it
gonna
would be
attempt
better
to
if she died.
recuperate, Yeah.
If it's true that he can still use,
It
his
just
quirk,
seems
I
like the
feel
way
that's
his
a way
quirk
out.
works,
But
like,
she may
there's-
die.
Wait, no, if someone's fucked up, can't he just, like, if your leg's broken, can't he just destroy it, bring it back, and it's straight? If your whole body's broken, he can just destroy you.
He did that to himself the whole time.
Yeah,
when he was
so-
fighting
Yeah,
Deku.
he was breaking.
I mean,
watch
I
these
guess
limbs
actually
and
no. There's
repairing
no reason why the only he's not gonna get his arms back because he would have to take something from her. So
He would have to take.
yeah, I think
But
he's
he
just
could
gonna repair her
Straight up.
and then be like, take me to the boss. But then Deku's gonna be like, chill the fuck out. We gotta talk. You know, like, whoa, I gotta talk to you.
We got shit to do real quick.
But my whole thing is he about to step on this
Yeah,
woman's
he's-
face
I just have
and
to.
break her shit with his foot?
Yeah, she did just get exploded. At least she's worried about is a foot on her face.
Yeah, you got a point. Jesus.
Yeah, I can see that happening, and then
Bro,
after this,
anything
I
we
don't
could
really
go
know
with.
what's gonna happen next.
I don't think we're gonna go to UA unless they
Like, I
attack
don't know.
UA. I think like either Horikoshi's saving UA and all of them for later, or like maybe we could have a big fight right now with Deku and All For One, like in the coming chapters, and then Shigaraki wakes up, kills All For One, leaves to go regroup with the League, finds Redestro, because like where's Redestro? Goes finds everybody.
I feel like they're all together somewhere. They're all.
I didn't see
feel like-
Redestro.
What did All For One tell everybody?
I didn't see him there, so I don't know. Yeah, that he did get captured, so
Oh,
he'd
no, I
probably
think he
go
got
have another
captured.
prison break them out, and then they go attack UA. Yeah, they broke out
a lot of people, though. He might
4
be
more
out.
prisons, right, or 6?
Yeah.
A lot of prisons. So, but we don't know,
Yeah.
like
Wow.
you know, if he was in one of
A
those
lot.
prisons. She never got captured. She
Hey, we
left.
haven't seen Toga.
So she's
Toga
free.
was
She's
never
on her
talked
own.
about.
She can show up at any moment. She's definitely got twice his blood. She's definitely got twice his blood.
She's got twice his blood. She's saving that shit.
Definitely.
I forgot
She's
about
saving
that,
that shit for the
actually.
final
She's
battle
saving
when
that
she's
shit
gonna
for a
help the
rainy
heroes.
day.
Toga can turn face. Now that's a character who can turn face.
You think so?
Because you're talking about a quirk that affects someone's personality.
She
That
would do it just
literally
for
made
Deku,
her
shit.
eat blood.
and
Like her quirk literally makes her eat blood. Like all the villains, those are the people whose quirk. I mean, like I never heard this shit with Bakugo, but all the villains, it's clear as day. Like their quirks made them fucking crazy. Dobby's quirk made him crazy. Every one of their quirks. Spinner, because he was getting the racist people. Like every one of their quirks led them to where they were. So I could see Toga, not Dabi, but Toga and Spinner turning face, but I don't think Spinner will because he fucks with. No, Spinner will because Stain's gonna turn face, so he will turn face.
No,
Stain's, I mean, he's gonna stick by his ideals and he's not gonna fuck with Shigaraki.
he's gonna stay. But I think.
Yeah, exactly. He's gonna fuck with Stain,
Spinner's
and Stain's gonna be over here with Deku.
And I think. Yep.
Nah.
I feel like Stain's gonna kill Spinner.
Nah, he might call that nigga a phony, but I think at that point, though, Spinner should have received enough development for him to say something. I don't know what to Stain, and then Stain would respect him. It's just that he's a lizard. It's Gecko.
What is Spinner's quirk?
Yeah, so it's just like Suyu. He just can do what a Gecko can do. Stick to walls. It's really not all that. You remember the big ass sword he had? What happened to that sword? Oh, Deku fucked it up. Yeah, I don't know if he got another one.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Well, you probably pissed about that bitch though. You owe me a sword, motherfucker.
Who else do that?
Compress got locked up and he's still alive though. Nope, he's still alive. Remember, he was carted away.
I thought he died.
He was still,
Is he still
but
alive?
the heroes bandaged him up.
Yeah. Bro, his like coming out to be like the grandson of.
I don't know what you're pointing at.
What are you pointing at?
I'm sorry, look out the window.
Fire.
You see it?
When it came out to be the grandson of that
Destro?
big villain from like they were talking about from back in the day. He was like no, not Destro. Destro.
Oh,
was the
the
but so was
thief,
also
the
Compress.
perilous thief. Fuck, I forget his name.
Yeah. He was talked about in the beginning as like
Yeah,
one
when
of
they
the
mentioned
big guys that were
him,
around before All Might,
Destro,
like,
and All for One, at the end of season 4.
All for One. Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah, there's Destro and then Re-Destro. Was it essentially the same?
I'm not
for both
sure.
of them?
I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure if it was the same.
With Destro and
It
Re-Destro.
could have been, but one thing before we get off of My Hero, the My Hero anime. These last 2 episodes of the anime, the one before this was incredible. The animation was great. Like, as soon as it hit the halfway point, it was really just spectacular. This episode, the animation was a little worse, but it was still good. But it was a great episode overall. Like, look. Oh, my God. This is what I was trying to tell y'all to watch. I didn't even tell y'all, but I should have told y'all to watch the new episode of My Hero. Because remember when Deku caught Shinso? Did you guys know that when Shinso punched him and then he got knocked back and then Deku recovered, he jumped at him, Shinso threw the rag, Deku wrapped himself, he spun around and wrapped himself up in the cloth. I did not see that in the manga.
And then pulled it.
I did not know that he wrapped himself up in the cloth.
I didn't either.
And just tarnished him and caught him. Like, that shit was so tough.
Yeah. Deku is. It's.
Yeah,
all of this,
it's really building for the war and all of it. To me, the progression of My Hero makes sense. Like, he struggled for so long. Deku struggled for so long, and we saw him get better inch by inch by inch. So it's just like seeing him get to where he is and knowing that he's gonna get even better than where he is, bro. Deku is gonna be a fucking animal. A fucking. No cap.
God. My Hero God. Like, but
No cap.
I guess we could wrap up My Hero there. All right, on to One Piece. Pretty good chapter. In my opinion, it was good. I thought the art looked pretty good chapter. In my opinion, it was good. I thought the artwork for it looked pretty fucking good. It showed Sanji running up. He's fighting Queen now. So that's something. We now finally got Sanji's figured out what he's doing in this war. Bro, Luffy is talking to Momonosuke. Did you see that? Momonosuke and Luffy are literally Luffy's underwater talking, and I guess Momonosuke can hear what he's saying. So does that mean Momonosuke is also
I wouldn't
got
be surprised, but I
Kankosaki?
thought it was just because he can hear the voice of all things. But where was he? I didn't. Oh, okay, I see it. I see it right here.
Yeah.
To be Kyle. Yeah, I think it's either he has conquerors or it's the voice of all things. I wouldn't be surprised if he has conquerors. He's the son of Odin.
He has to. Yeah, he has to. I don't know. We're gonna see something cool out of Momonosuke, cause like I don't know. They've done. Kinemon's dead. Kaido ended his ass, bro. He's dead.
Yeah, Kinemon's really dead. He really died.
He's dead.
That shit's really crazy. Did you read this chapter? Yeah, wow.
The submarine found Luffy. We all.
Did you read this shit?
Everybody thought that.
Damn. No, he doesn't fuck with One Piece. I always forget that shit. You just seem like you would fuck with One Piece. It just seems like you would fuck with One Piece. Hell yeah.
I respect. Don't get me wrong. Okay, it's not that I don't enjoy it. It's not that I don't enjoy it. Okay, because I've seen a lot of scenes from One Piece. I used to watch it when I was younger, but I've never actually sat down and watched it fully.
It is.
It's a lot.
Yep.
And I just don't really have the time. I mean, I will at some. Don't get me wrong, I will at some point, but I just, just haven't gotten around to it yet. It's not that I don't like it. I enjoy it. I respect the hell out of it. I've seen some great stuff come from it. But
there's a lot of shows like that for me. There's a lot of shows like that for me.
Same. It took me a while to really like. All right, I'm gonna watch One Piece. All right.
For me, it happened when Gear 4th. It was Gear 4th. Dressrosa. It was the Luffy fight.
Dressrosa.
Yeah. As soon as Gear 4th got revealed, I was like, yeah, let me fuck with this. And I just got to. But when I faithfully started reading One Piece like week to week, but at One Piece, my relationship with it was on and off at some points because sometimes it gets boring. But when I faithfully started reading it was Katakuri versus Luffy. Yeah.
Yeah, same. Well, yeah, pretty much around then. When I got caught up is when I started reading it too.
Oh my.
It's just crazy.
Yeah.
Luffy's coming back. He's talking to Momonosuke, telling him,
he's gonna get saved by Law's crew. They're gonna patch him up.
I mean,
we're gonna get Zoro versus King, Sanji versus Queen.
King.
Yep.
Chopper's gonna heal Zoro because Sanji's there to relieve him. Marco's there as well. Though they're also dealing with Paraspero though. So
but they've got some heavy hitters. We should be straight, but that could aim on death, bro.
Yeah, that was a big one. And like the whole thing with like Momonosuke is remembering like, hey, Momonosuke, I want you to call me your father so that way people don't know. You know what I'm saying? So your name's not brought up, and it's like crazy. So insane.
Kid versus Big Mom.
Yep, Law pulling up with him as well. I actually think Big Mom is gonna get bolted. I don't know if she's gonna die.
I feel like
they're gonna put her ass out.
If Otis really wants me to buy this Luffy Law Kid thing, I need to see some shit from Kid. So I would not mind him bodying Big Mom. I would not mind him bodying
He's
Big
such a
Mom.
cool character.
And a Conqueror's reveal. I wouldn't be mad at it.
Yeah. Yep.
This colored panel is beautiful.
Of what?
Between Kaido and oh my god, why am I drawing a blank on her name?
Yamato,
yeah. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
She was like screaming down at him and she called out his name. He was like, "Don't you mean father?" And she said, "That chain has bound me for too long. I'm here to free myself." And like in color, it's beautiful.
I can't wait. She's gonna join.
Yeah, man. We always think that. Jinbei was really the only one that really tapped in. So hopefully she does.
Yeah.
See, we still don't even know. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like,
it hasn't even really been said. It hasn't even really been said she was going to join, but she's just been tagging along.
Sense, like, that's the same thing with Yamato.
Oh. Did you just start
just because she wants to be with...
that's something
Carrot
that's
wants
to be
to be on the crew.
Carrot
said she wanted to be on the crew.
We're thinking about talking about it soon.
Exactly. It could be the same shit with Yamato, bro. You got some high hopes, man. I've wanted so many people to join the Straw Hats, and it's just... Not so many, but, like, man, it just... Don't be happening. But it would be fire if she did. That would be fire, though. He might join... Wait, no. Marco's in the Grand Fleet, right? If he's not, he's joining.
Well, isn't he running the rest of the... If he's not...
Yeah, they're going to join
Isn't he running the rest of the remnants of the Whitebeard Pirates, actually?
Yeah.
The Straw Hat
All
Fleet.
of these people are going to...
Bro, that is so cool. That was one of my favorite moments. That was one of my favorite moments of what... Like when they all like sat around and were like, drink the sake with us, and Luffy's like, I'm not drinking that nasty shit, and Zoro's like, fuck it, I'll drink it for you. I'm pretty much.
Yeah, but next chapter we're definitely getting Yamato versus Kaido. Do you think he's switching back to his hybrid? Do you think we're getting 2 hybrids in the next chapter?
Oh fuck! I hope so. Maybe he can't do it right now. I don't know. He got his ass whooped. In that one panel, it showed him his face. He's bruised up.
A little bit,
he got the dukes.
Just as much as y'all was saying he was tarnished when he was
I feel like
Luffy the first time, and then he dropped him off the top. So I see he's a little banged up. But I don't know if he's that banged up.
But Luffy is K-Roll tarnished in the ocean, so I mean,
there's still
the power
talking.
difference though.
How it like?
Yeah, I mean he is talking to him, but he's still falling into the ocean.
That panel when he was like, when Momonosuke was telling everybody, and they showed just a quick look at everybody.
This was fine.
I fucked with that so hard.
Yeah, this is a great chapter.
It is just such a good chapter.
This is a great chapter, but Yamato versus Kaido next chapter for the final.
Yep.
That'll be great.
Yep. They've done pretty good. I mean, how Oda throws in his like the cliffhangers and shit. He's been pretty good about like the pacing of how he's been like ending some of these chapters. Not too many big cliffhangers.
I'm not mad at the cliffhangers.
Except
It's
for,
just like the ones
that
that are for no reason.
It's just it's his way to
keep
people
one. Like what?
That one was something. Yep. Yeah, Yamato, Kaido next fight, next chapter. Get Luffy pulled out of the submarine, and probably we'll see a little bit more Sanji versus Queen. And I don't know, whatever else Oda decides to throw in, who fucking knows?
All right. Do you guys want to get to our main topic for the day?
I was about to say.
Okay. Can I cover Black Clover real quick?
For 48 minutes, but...
Oh, I thought it was...
Oh, shit, bro. What are you talking about? We got some time.
I got scared.
All right. So we're going to get into Black Clover. All right. Don't mind if I do.
Nah, go for it. You can do it.
It was really good. It was solid. So it picked up on where we left last week with Noel and Gaja showing up to Vanica
using Laura Petchka some more,
and it shows Vanica using Laura Petchka some more, using the curse wording magic to control her and force her to use her magic.
Noel's with the water spirit now.
It shows that Noel's with the water spirit now.
During the fight with
it explains how during the fight with Noel and Vanica the first time, the Vanica's curse wording magic had injured Undyne to the point where she couldn't be possessed by Laura Petchka anymore, so she just went to the closest grimoire that was suitable for her, and it was Noel's. Noel is suitable to be an obtainer of a water spirit, and I think that sort of like puts out there that maybe there's more than one spirit for the type.
I think so, because it wasn't if I'm not mistaken, it wasn't a it was an upgrade to her
water armor, it made it divine.
It put her in
Yeah.
a whole
Technically
new
give her holy
stage.
powers
It's
as well?
above zero
It put her in a whole new stage.
Yeah.
It's above zero
They
stage.
just
Yeah,
created a
so-
whole
stage. So I mean,
I mean, it's.
they just created a whole new tier in their power system.
Uh-huh.
And it's
I
kind of crazy.
definitely cannot wait to see what she's gonna pull out of that.
Yeah, it's the end for Vonica for sure.
Oh, definitely. There's no way she's not going down.
I'm done. I'm honestly.
Which is sad, but it's okay.
You know,
I'm done. I'm
so
honestly
did you see the cover art?
ready. You
See
know,
what it looked like, right?
so did you see the cover art?
Did you see the
See what it looked like, right?
I think so.
Did you
What are they all
see
dressed up?
the foreshadowing in it? What are they all dressed up to look like?
And look
they're
who's
going?
like in the background. not
Oh,
even facing.
yeah.
And look who's like in the background, not even facing them.
notice that earlier.
Ah, stop. No, because I
Everybody's
didn't even
saying that
notice
this
that
is
earlier.
hinting
Don't.
towards Yami's death.
Everybody's saying that this is hinting towards Yami's
He's got his
death.
hands over his mouth.
Zoro's not even wearing a mask.
I know.
Did you notice
He's got
that?
his hands over his
But
mouth.
yeah.
though.
I know, but he's not wearing a
looks
So
mask.
pretty
many
cool.
people are hinting towards.
But
this
yeah.
Charmy
being
looks
a-
pissed.
So many
dude.
people are hinting towards this being a
Noct actually smiling
a
Did you
foreshadowing.
notice
like a
Noct actually
foreshadowing
smiling
into
too?
Yeah, this is like a foreshadowing into Yami's death.
For Yami actually dying, yeah. No,
Yeah.
dude, don't do that to me right now. I didn't even notice that. You're evil for that one.
I don't know though. I
definitely
feel
could,
fucking.
man.
They
They
can't
could
kill
push
Yami right
Asta
now
to
because
a-
I still.
I mean, they definitely could, man. They could push
still
Asta to a
feel-
breaking
here's the
point and
thing.
kill
I
Yami right
still-
in front of him, dude.
I still
Asta's
feel.
gonna
Well,
be-
here's the thing though.
I know. Because
Asta's gonna
the only
be
way
the one to
stop
do
this
it.
I know.
is to cut
Because
the
the only
Cut
way
the
to
tree.
stop this
I'm pretty
is
sure
to cut
Yami
the
and
tree.
Vengeance will
If you
die.
cut the tree, I'm pretty sure Yami and Vengeance will die with it.
They're a part of it.
Because they've already been absorbed into it.
Yeah, they're a
Or
part of
they're,
it.
yeah, they're already a part of it.
And people
Unless
are,
there's
So-
some way that
people
he
are-
can cut it.
And I don't.
Yeah.
There's some way
And people
Unless
are-
there's some way that
people
he
are-
can cut it, unless there's some way he
No,
can
I
cut
think
them
they're
out of the
legitimately
tree.
a part of it, so it's
No.
But I don't think that's gonna happen.
No, I think they're
People are
legitimately a
saying
part of
that-
it, so it's impossible.
I don't know.
And
They
people
couldn't
are
kill
saying
Yami
that
here. Honestly, they can't.
like
They can.
they couldn't
They
kill
can.
Yami here.
And,
Honestly, they can't.
They
People are
can.
Like, well,
They
haven't
can.
shown us his where he's
And
from
like
his background.
pe-
Well,
people
I'm
are like,
pretty
well,
sure
they
that's
haven't
what
shown
they're
us
doing.
his where he's from in his background.
I'm
Well,
pretty
I'm
sure the
pretty
movie
sure
is
with
gonna be
that's what they're
some
doing with this movie.
anime
I'm pretty sure the
only,
movie is
they go
gonna
to
be
Yami's.
some anime only. They go to Yami's
Yeah.
homeland.
Japan? you mean?
Somehow, yeah.
But
I mean,
they don't
yeah.
have to
He's
do
a
that. They
foreigner
explained
from
it. He's an
Japan.
isekai character.
God.
But
He came
they
here
don't
from
have to
another
do that. They
world.
explained it. He's an
Yeah,
isekai
they-
character.
yeah,
he
he
came
got
here from
explained
another
a
fucking
long
world.
time
You don't
ago.
need
Yeah.
much less of an explanation where he's from.
they got
They're
explained
gonna
when they
go
were
to a
You
doing
don't need much
backstories
less
for what-
of an explanation where he's from. They're gonna go to a place that's magicless. What the fuck
Yeah,
are
I
they
was
gonna
gonna say, they
encounter
explained it a
there?
long time ago when he first met Julius,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
Yeah, because I think it was stated that he didn't have magic power until he got his grimoire.
Yeah, he was just stupidly strong.
Yeah.
And that's when he awakened.
He just it was
his
in
dark
that
magic.
world, and then he got
And
a
he was an
grimoire,
expert
and that's when he
swordsman.
awakened his dark magic.
Yeah.
They're
So
wanting
like,
more out of it.
I don't know.
It
People
sucks.
just, I don't know.
That's the development.
They're wanting more out of it. It sucks.
It's
That's the
I'm not
development.
gonna lie to you, man. That one's gonna hurt a little
it's
bit.
the-
Jiraiya died.
what's-
Jiraiya walked. Naruto can run.
I know
Jiraiya
what.
died.
I mean, I
Jiraiya walked.
respect it,
Naruto
but that
can
doesn't
run.
mean it's gonna
In
hurt.
that same
Essentially.
ballgame.
I mean, I respect
It's-
it, but that
it's in
doesn't
the
mean
same
it's gonna
In
hurt
that
any
same
less,
ballgame,
man.
you know?
It's in the same realm of pain, dude.
Yeah.
You know that.
Yeah, and they just gave Asta his sword. Like, come on.
Yeah. The end of this chapter.
Like a
the end of this
passing of a
arc,
torch kind
I
of
thing.
wouldn't
Yeah.
be surprised if
The end of this the end of this arc, I wouldn't be surprised if Nox, the new captain of the Black Bulls, with Asta being the vice captain.
Oh, I feel like.
Or other way around,
I
'cause
feel
Noct
like
wouldn't
with
wanna
this
be
change of
all-
heart
Oh,
that
I
Asta's
feel I
given
feel like
Noct because Noct
I
sees
feel like
his
with this
brother.
change of heart that
That's
Asta's given Noct because
completely
Noct
changed
sees
Noct. I can
his
see-
brother.
and
in
Noct- and
Asta.
Noct- and before
it's
Noct
completely
and,
changed Noct. I
before
can see
Yami
and
was
Noct
a
and
Magic
Noct and
Knight,
before
him and
Noct
Noct
and
used to
before Yami was a Magic
people that would
Knight,
fuck
him and
around
Noct
with
used
people,
to
fuck with people,
be
they
like
used to run around and
people that would
fuck
fuck
with
around in the
people.
kingdom and
Yep.
fuck with
They were
people. Like they used to run around and fuck with people all the
Yami
time.
went and joined
They were the
Magic Knights with Noct's
delinquents.
brother, and Noct pretty
And
much stayed
Yami
behind.
went and joined the Magic Knights with Noct's brother, and Noct pretty much stayed behind and did the
Forbidden
the-
shit with his
the-
family. They were into it.
like he did that like forbidden shit with his family. They were
pretty
into the
wild.
forbidden magic and stuff.
But yeah, Noelle's got her spirit
Yeah,
dive.
pretty
I'm
wild.
excited to see what
Oh,
she-
yeah.
But yeah,
Definitely.
Noelle's got her spirit dive. I'm excited to see what she's gonna do next chapter.
Oh, yeah.
It's gonna be insane.
That divine spirit, right?
We're gonna get a
That
couple
was not
chapters
so-
of this Vanica and Noelle fight, and then I feel like we're gonna go to
And I feel like
because
this
we
is
still
all
haven't
leading
seen
up to
anything with
chapter
Yuno and
300,
Zenon,
there's gonna be
and I feel like this is all leading up to chapter 300, and there's gonna be
something
something
big
big.
because I don't know.
Yeah.
Something big. Something big because I don't know. It's just how it works. It's how Black Clover's kind of been on those big even number chapters.
I have a weird feeling
It's
that
kind of see. And I have a weird feeling that the Julius prediction is going to come true somehow. And Asta will die in this arc because Yami said himself.
Do you think Asta's going to try to sacrifice himself?
I think he's going to be in
some way,
his
shape, or
unite
form.
form.
No.
To save
I think he's going to be in
himself?
his unite form with Lieb, and since Lucifero is now no longer inside of Dante's body, Lucifero has the ability to take over lower ranked demons. I feel like when Asta and Lieb are in their unite form, he's going to take him over, and I have a feeling that this is when we're going to see Yuno versus Asta.
But I think
Yuno's going to have to kill his friend.
Next arc.
But I think this is going to be an opening to the next arc, and Asta and Lieb come crawling out of the underworld.
I really don't think they're
going
going
to
to
get the introduction to all the other demons, because I really don't think they're going to get to all the demons in this arc. I feel like that this is really just them trying to defeat the Dark Triad and cutting the tree.
At the end of the triad.
I don't think because if Lucifero comes out of this tree, if any of those like the top 3 actual devils come out, it's wraps. They're too powerful for them. We've seen what it's taken just to destroy one. I mean, it's Asta. It's because he's OP, but how far can that really go?
I don't know. They said Julius's predictions are never wrong.
I don't know. They said Julius's predictions are never wrong, and they said that Asta will die. So I have a strong feeling that
It's true.
he will die. It's true, but but what he said was he had 2 predictions: the Clover Kingdom will get destroyed, or Asta will die, or both will happen. Asta's already saved the Clover Kingdom from being destroyed by that ancient demon, so that one's been erased. So the other one has to happen.
I mean, technically, we don't know that it could still be destroyed.
You never know, dude. They could get
That's true.
You never know, dude. They could get released. Lucifero could get out, and that could be his #1 target.
And then who knows? This whole arc, maybe all the trees will the whole
maybe
tree will
this is
open.
gonna lead out to them actually opening the tree. And it's just gonna go nuts.
I just don't know what will happen. Maybe because they just broke out this new stage. It's called Saint Stage, which is essentially a stage that only a spirit user can achieve to. So now maybe and Fugelion will get theirs as well. Maybe that's the help that they'll need going forward in this fight. But at this, from what it's looked like at first, it really just looked like it's only like Asta and Noct that are the only 2 that can really hold up to these devil users and the actual devils themselves. So
I feel like
I don't know.
He's gonna pull some last stuff.
You think he'll reach a Saint Stage too?
I think so, man. I really do. There's no way it's gonna be some kind of like, I can't let Asta beat me kind of thing, or something.
Isn't the way it works with his spirit? Like the more bigger she gets, the more powerful his mana. So like the bigger the wind spirit gets, the more power that gets. That's how it was explained when they fought Liched.
Well, no, I mean not bigger, but the longer she sits in his grimoire and accumulates mana, the more powerful she gets. That's essentially. That's how he was able to reach this new spirit dive that he showed when he came back here and fought Zenon. I really think that Langris and what's his brother's name? Fenril. I feel like Fenril's going to show up to help them fight because they're both spatial mages that use spatial magic in 2 different ways, and Zenon is literally the best spatial mage we've seen so far. And spatial magic is the only thing that can counteract spatial magic. So
they're about to jump.
Him and his brother are gonna team up. Actually.
Yeah, that's the one thing
that they've already fought so many times. They're
the thing is what they showed was Langris had he left. He's not even in the Magic Knights anymore. He fought
he's just off on his own right now,
so everybody found out about being this powerful.
Oh yeah, that's right. I remember that.
Pissed Langris off, and Langris was like, you know what? He went up to Yuno and said, let's fight. If you win, you can become the vice captain, and I'll fucking quit. And Yuno beat his ass, and he quit. Yep. But he recently came back after the time skip, and But Zenon said himself, if Fenril was like around when he fought Yuno, there would have been a problem. It would have been an issue for him.
And then we're gonna have 2 of them pulling up at the same time.
He saw how Fenril was using his magic when he had shown up for Yami. And he was like, oh shit. I don't think they showed that in the anime, but that was something that they had shown in the manga. But yeah, going forward, we're just gonna see the continuation of this Noelle fight. It ought to be fucking sweet. I'm pretty excited.
It's gonna be so good, man.
And yeah, 30 minutes ought to be up.
Yeah, true.
So should be able to go into his Unite form mode again.
Yeah.
And we still haven't seen what he can do in his Unite form with Yami's blade, so that ought to be dope.
That'll definitely be interesting.
All right, I guess that can wrap it up for that. We're gonna head into like our sort of core topic, I guess you can call it, for the week, and we're just gonna be going over some of our favorite fights from any anime and/or manga that we've all seen, and I think we're gonna try to do a top 5. Personally, though, I've got a fat list, and I really don't know how I'm gonna put this into the top 5, but I'm gonna do my best.
Yeah, I got 3 honorable mentions.
I'm gonna give a couple honorable mentions.
All
right, so 5 with 3
that?
honorable mentions each of us.
Top of.
Honestly, I can go first if you guys want. All right, so
I'm
I'm
not
gonna do
doing
mine.
mine
I'm not
anyway.
gonna do mine in any specific order. I can't. All of these are top tier fights in my opinion, and there's not one that's any better than the other because it's just too good. Most of these are manga only fights. They haven't been animated yet, so if you haven't seen them, that's your own fucking fault. But okay, going down. The first one, honestly, because this fight just ended, and it's probably now one of my favorite fights ever in manga. Magnum versus Dante. Black Clover. It was fucking dope. To see the character that Magna is beat the character that Dante is, like...
When I saw him hook that into his chest and then start beating the crap out of him, dude, it sent a chill up my spine. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Yeah, perfect. It was perfect character development for him. Going down, let me see what else we got here. All right, we talked about it earlier, but yeah, Chuya and that dragon from the Bungo Stray Dog movie. Chuya was all around probably one of the best characters. He is one of the best characters in that fucking manga and or anime.
He's grabbing.
No.
He literally
Shut the building, throw a dragon's throat. Fuck it, that was dope. Alright, going down again. I got Sukuna versus Jogo. You can keep reminding me about that one. At first it was
Great
Mekamaru versus Mahito, because that was a great fight. But
Stand
Sukuna
tall.
versus Jogo, and then at the end of it, Sukuna's just like, hey,
he said it's okay,
you're strong,
bro.
and then
You're
kills
strong.
him.
You put it like that shit's just.
Yep, it killed, and then
So
killed him.
incredible.
That was so good. Then, what else do I got? All right, Father versus everyone from Full Metal Alchemist. Just felt like it was
Ending
the perfect,
culmination.
like culmination of everything, just until that one moment. It was awesome. It was awesome. That's all.
Hell yeah.
Like Full Metal Alchemist is one of my all-time favorites. I like to the core, one of my all-time favorites. And low key. But because of this one's tough. But because of you know what? Fuck it, fine. Naruto versus Sasuke, the final fight. It was overall one of the top tier greatest events. I mean, it is a culmination of a.
How long were they alive? Like how long since they were going to school?
But how long was the beef?
In our real
How long did
lives,
we
like 8 years,
experience
10 plus years.
10 plus years of experiencing.
Like
two
15 if you're
motherfuckers.
counting when the
I mean, one
manga
motherfucker
started.
just wanted to be his friend. The other one, yeah.
Yeah.
And then the other one wanted to kill him because that was his best friend.
Yeah, and the culmination of that, bro. My favorite moment in that fight,
Yeah.
bro, when they're fighting each other, and Sasuke used, and yes, when they were hand to hand,
Was it
and
just when they were
Sasuke
hand to hand?
used his hand. No, it was just Sasuke
When they were-
doing
when they
it,
were
and
using each
Sasuke
other's
used
hands,
Naruto's hand to do the
Oh, really?
fireball jutsu. It was just so tough, and he stopped him. He stopped him from using the shadow clone jutsu like 15 times in like one scene. He smacked his hands. He was about to do it. He smacked his hands, because he knows him.
When he pulled them together and he pulled out the what was that?
The Kurama?
No, when Sasuke No, when Sasuke used the universal pole to pull Naruto in, and he hit him with that fire style.
It was the Amaterasu he like put all around his body.
Oh,
and
I
pulled all
remember.
the clones
Yeah.
in.
Yeah, dude,
I
that
know
was
what you're
shit.
talking about. It was like
There were so many clever things
he's
in
like,
that
yeah,
fight.
Naruto was hitting them backflips with all the clones, and then he just straight up grabbed his
Yeah.
ass and pulled him.
And then just the overall Naruto and Kurama mode versus
Great.
fucking his Susanoo. Like, just ripped. Like, he freaking reflected a blade, and the blade just ripped through a mountain like it was no big deal. Like, it gave you the vibes of when Hashirama and Madara fought, which was so fucking cool. But, yeah, that's it.
Let me go
That's
next.
my top 5.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, hold up. My honorable mentions, I'm not going to get into them. I'm just going to tell you my honorable mentions. I'm not going to get into any of them.
Yes,
But,
sir. Someone had to say it.
Kurapika versus Ubogen.
Sir.
Hunter x Hunter.
Yes, sir.
Maki versus the whole Zenin clan. It's going to be higher, but honestly, it was a tough choice. And then Julius versus Patry from Black.
Well, shit, man. All right, I'm gonna just start with. All right, I'm gonna start with Reagan versus Claw from Mob Psycho. Like, that fight is just so fucking great. And when you think, I thought when I was first watching Mob Psycho, and I thought he was really about to get tarnished. I didn't think he was gonna die, but I thought he was about to get fucking tarnished when bro was about to hit him. And it's just like, boom, he has powers. He has powers, and he just starts tarnishing them one by one. It was just so great. Like, that scene was just so great, bro. It's so shocking. Like, you don't know what's happening, and they explain it as the scene's going on. And at the end, you really figure out, okay, yeah, his powers just went over into Reagan. And that fight was just so good because it's just so genuinely funny. Right? Then I'm gonna say Naruto versus Sasuke, the first one.
Damn, there's a whole ass fight that I left out.
Bet. He said I'm going to say it. Oh yeah, I know which one. Okay. Yeah, bet. We're gonna talk about it. Yeah, I'm gonna talk about that one after these next two. But Naruto versus Sasuke 1. The only reason why I have it over the first one is just because of the emotional thing, the emotional value and the build up. Like that, and that's with all of these. Like the Reagan versus Claw, that fight is so great because of the build up through all of season 1 of Mob Psycho. The Naruto versus Sasuke 1, that bitch is just so great. That's the start. That's really the start of a whole fucking another half. A whole another half. That fight was just so great. The tactical moments in the beginning. Then when it just gets to the brawl, then they just keep evolving. Yeah. He evolves, I evolve. He evolves, I evolve. Until it's just tarnished. That fight is just, it's so nostalgic. So good. Damn, I didn't write that one down. Okay. Whoa. I love Mob Psycho, but I'm going to have to kick the Reagan versus Claw out. I'm going to have to kick it out. Goku versus Vegeta, the first fight. Classic. Same reason why I got Naruto versus Sasuke. Like, I'm not the biggest Dragon Ball guy. I'm not the biggest Naruto guy. But I grew up on that shit. And those two fights are just iconic. They have tactical moments. They're the start to rivalries. I fuck with both of those fights. So I got Goku versus Vegeta 1, Naruto versus Sasuke 1. Then I'm going to say Gon versus Pitou. Look, it wasn't even a fight though. It wasn't
even a fight though.
It wasn't a fight, but I don't care. Because that is damn near a fight to me. The tension in that room, the pure anger, the intent to kill, the evolution.
The intent to kill.
All of that, that's a fight to me. That shit, and then the repercussions. Like, I don't know, it's like, I do love a great fight, but the before and after can make something super fucking, can make one punch 2 punches, however many he put in Pitu's dead fucking body, however many he put in her body, whatever it was. That was a fight. I got that up here. Next, my last two, I'm gonna go Shigaraki versus everyone from the Paranormal Liberation War. Yep. Was this one? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, look.
That was the one I forgot to mention. Yeah, I'm upset.
If someone were to say that's not a fight, me just saying like all those different fights, if I had to pick a specific point, then I would say Deku versus Shigaraki. Because of all the hype, but all of those fights, if you were to like just put it all in continuation, because it was cutting back to the mansion, if it were all in continuation, it's just incredible. It's so great, like the ways they try to fight him, the combination attacks, the push pull, and honestly it's better that it's jumping away, because it's just like boom, the heroes are on top, oh they're about to win, go to the mansion, oh damn, oh that shit was kind of tarnished, oh we're back over here, oh we're losing, okay we might win, oh okay we might win at the mansion, oh we might win on the squad, oh no Shigaraki's out, like it just shit kept changing.
What we gonna do now?
So many variables.
Yep. They really thought
it's really Miriko's fault.
The upper hand on that bitch.
But it's kind of Endeavor's fault still, because Shigaraki hadn't woke up when he hit the ground, and Endeavor could have just chopped his head off.
If they would have focused more, honestly, if they would have focused more attention on just dealing with Shigaraki, then
we're straight. That's it. We're straight.
If we kill Shigaraki now, it's wraps.
No, they thought it was over. They thought they were gonna be able to arrest him and lock him up. No, stupid, dumb. Locking him up.
That's their problem.
Man, y'all all gotta tell Deku, you might have to kill him, but y'all did. That's how I know Deku's not gonna kill him. But
y'all just be locking him up.
Yeah, there's just so many moments throughout that fight. Aizawa cutting his fucking leg off, bro. Bakugo's awakening and him getting fucking tarnished. The anime has... Oh my god. It's gonna get very dark, man. They're gonna have to change my hero's airtime, because in the newest episode of the anime, they didn't give him a bloody nose. In the manga, he had a bloody nose after Shinso hit him and he fell back. He had a bloody nose. They didn't put it in the anime. So if they're scared to put a fucking bloody nose, the second half of this season, they've got some shit to animate. They've got some shit to animate. So I hope they're not about to hold back. But my next fight, from Vagabond, Musashi versus Ishin. There's 2 fights. They fight twice. And I gotta pick both, because I just gotta pick both. I gotta put both. Just like how I'm saying Shigaraki versus everyone, I'm just gonna say Musashi versus Ishin one the first time and the second time. The first time they fought, Musashi lost. And the way you find out that he loses, bro, that he ran away. He didn't even know he ran away. He was about to die, because Musashi, he's I wasn't trained. I learned how to fight from the woods. I learned how to fight in the woods. But he's fighting someone who is trained their entire life. So when he was fighting him, Musashi's super strong, yeah. But Ishin just tarnished that man. And he literally ran away after the first fight for his life. He ran away and woke up, and his apprentice said, "Oh, you're awake." And he said, "What happened?" He was like, "Yeah, it was cool banging with you, but I could never have you be my master because you run away from fights." And then he left. And he said, "What?" He went and talked to somebody. He was like, "Yeah, you ran away. You ran away. You were crawling on your hands and knees, running away." So he trained in the woods, and then the second fight, bro, he won in a flash. They're sitting there, he's holding his sword, he's holding his pole. One swing, Ishin was dead. And he was a ghost. Like, it was just ridiculous. It's so good. It's both the fights in conjunction. They're just so fucking good. That might be my number one. I can't put it all in order, but that might be my number one. Honorable mentions, though. Reagan versus Claw now. Yusuke versus Toguro, Yu Yu Hakusho, incredible. Sukuna versus Jogo, and Luffy versus Rob Lucci. That's it for me. What was next?
I didn't have a single One Piece one. Fuck.
Alright, so first one in my list is going to come from God of High School, and it's going to be the Satan versus Mori fight. And it's not only one of the biggest fights in the whole manga series, and it's only halfway through the series, I should say. It's the most aesthetically pleasing, because at first the fight takes place on Earth, of course. All the gods have showed up. Mori's basically beaten all the gods. And then Satan shows up, and Satan is basically the god amongst all gods in this universe. And so they start fighting, and as they're fighting, Satan launches Mori into space with him, and they start fighting in space. This fight just ends up breaking out to be such a gigantic cornerstone. And the reason that I like this manga, it's just a huge fight, and I just really enjoyed it. It's one of the most aesthetically pleasing fights I've ever gotten the pleasure to see. Can't wait to see the anime. Kenpachi versus Nitra is Kenpachi's my favorite character from Bleach. It's not just because he's overpowered. It's the eye patch. It's the eye patch. All right. Come on. It's Kenpachi. That fight is the first time that you actually get to see him let. That fight is the first time that you actually get to see him let a little bit loose, and I think that's what really catches you is just seeing Nitra have so much. In that he overconfidence, I guess. In that he actually put a scratch on Kenpachi and him just laughing at him like, no, you cut a piece of my eye patch. That was the biggest mistake you could have ever made. And then him just fucking decimating him, dude, was just by far it's up there.
White guy versus Madara.
Might Guy versus Madara. Half strictly for Might Guy's reaction to them saying that taijutsu was the only thing that was going to work against Madara. And just the look of a man who knew that he wasn't going to kill him, but he was still going to kick the shit out of him. And I think that was great. I don't know if anyone here has watched Overlord. There is a fight scene in Overlord, and it's Ainz versus the army of 10,000. And basically he sets up 20 of these puddles in the middle of this army that runs up on him and this group that he's helping out. Everything within that puddle, and all the army, all the soldiers. Everything within that puddle, all the army, all the soldiers, and everything in the opposing army just get sucked in, and they get turned into these gigantic, just monstrosities that just end up walking over and just wiping out the whole rest of the army. All while Ainz is just standing there laughing his ass off the whole time, with just the most maniacal, head-twisting laugh you've ever heard. And he's like, "Oh, this is a new record. I've never made this many before." Let's see here.
Now I know we talked about the Chuya fight earlier, but I have to give it to the Atsushi and Nakagawa fight.
That's a good one.
To be more specific, the one on top of the blimp, because I thought it was great. And even going into the fight against the guild boss later on, after that fight, when they actually team up while they're fighting each other. I thought it was fantastic. I got honorable mentions for Dai versus Mori, the first time they fought when Dai actually beats him. Saitama versus Boros.
Fire.
Season 1, because that was just beautiful. It was the first time we actually get to see Saitama show some superhuman feats besides just punching everything in one punch, you know. And then
Lieutenant Armstrong from Full Metal Alchemist.
There we go.
Because that's just.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that
The
one.
rivalry fights are just so great in that show, man, and that one's one of my favorites for the pure emotion of it alone.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Alrighty, let's see, my top 5 fights, I'm going to start with Thorfinn versus Einar, after Arnheid passed away.
Those are some
A little
names.
background about it, Einar ends up going into kind of like I'd say like a unthinkable berserk-like state, angry after the death of somebody very close to him, and he was going to go and kill somebody, but Thorfinn ended up taking the punches from him instead because he didn't want his brother to go and commit and spill blood because he knows all too well what that's like, and he didn't want him to have those demons as well. Then I'm going to say Deku versus Shigaraki from the Liberation arc. Man, okay, first of all, I don't even know where to begin with that fight. That fight was insane, okay? Like, we got to see quirks awakened. We got to see a lot of tragedy, unfortunately, mainly
He's not
Gran
dead.
Torino, R.I.P.
Midnight.
What?
Yeah.
He's not
Yeah,
dead.
Midnight
I
is
mean, but
dead.
he's out the game. He's gone.
Midnight's dead.
Midnight is dead. Midnight's dead as hell, unfortunately.
A lot of other like side people. Not too many real known. Crust.
Yeah, but mainly the quirk awakening. So that's like what I really loved about that. And then like the vestige moment we got. That shit was beautiful. And then I'm gonna go ahead and say Shinra versus Burns from Fire Force. That fight is insane. We literally see our boy finally hit the come up he always has needed to. Honestly, it's a rightful fight. Okay, it needed to happen, and I'm glad it did happen because I don't know. I don't want to say too much and spoil it for you guys because it's gonna probably be animated next season. But there's a good reason they fight, and it's really good. The next fight I'm gonna go ahead and say is Takemichi versus Taiju from Tokyo Revengers. A little bit of background. Taiju is the 10th leader of the Black Dragon Gang in Tokyo, which is one of the top-ranking, most dangerous gangs in Tokyo. Taiju is a very heavily built, strong-ass character who don't really listen. He's one of those block-headed characters that likes to fucking hit first, ask questions later. But he's not an idiot. He's not an idiot by any means. He just really don't give a fuck about nothing. And Takemichi ends up winning and becoming the 11th leader of the Black Dragons. And then after that, which one was it? Okay, and then for my last one, it's gonna be Rizel versus Mikasa from Noblesse. Now, I don't know if you watched that shit. That fight was bonkers, bro. Okay. So a little bit of background story. Mikasa was Rizel's best
Oh
friend.
yeah, I watched that.
And he had taken in a human under his wing because the human's mother was killed by a bunch of the royal nobles, and she ended up getting killed when they were on the hunt for him, and he was gonna go berserk and take out an entire.
He's a werewolf, right?
Yeah, he was gonna go berserk and take out an entire continent of humans, and Rizel pulled up. And he was like, I understand your pain, but I can't let you go kill thousands of people for one life. I just can't. And all hell broke loose.
Yeah, I
To
did
say
watch
the
that
least.
with you. I remember that.
But that's gonna wrap it up for me.
Oh shit! All right. I guess that'll wrap it up for the pod this week. All right,
Yep.
y'all. Thank you for
Peace.
tuning in. Well,